Hi, I'm Sherry and welcome back to my channel, Sherry Jones Designs. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to take a men's shirt and make this cute little tunic. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the sleeves, and I'm cutting right beneath the seam of the sleeve and doing as neat a job as I can do here. The shirt I'm using is a very lightweight men's summer shirt. I do suggest a lighter weight shirt for this as we are doing a summer top. I also suggest not using a shirt that has the heavy double-breasted pockets. And then we're going to remove the collar. Don't throw the collar away. We will be using a part of the collar in this build. And then I'm going to cut the back out as well. So we're going to follow the shoulder seams, and we're going to remove the back part, and this will allow us to go to our next step. And in this step, I'm going to unbutton the shirt and lay it completely open, and we're going to cut the bottom ruffle. We'll need 2 strips. 5-inch strips is what we're going to cut from the bottom of this shirt. And I also recommend getting a shirt that is too big for you. This is a men's XL, and it made between a medium and a large shirt. So, you know, depending on your size, you're going to want to have a shirt that gives you enough room and enough length to create these ruffles in this design. So after I cut 1 strip, you can lay the second strip on and follow it. I just want to make sure I had the same size. And once I did, I could just go straight across. I do like plaid shirts for this, but you can use a solid color shirt for this design, which would be really pretty, like a white shirt. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Or a denim shirt, even a lightweight denim. So now I'm going to button it back up, and I did have some struggles here as this shirt is so lightweight. It just wanted to stick to itself like gauze. I mean, I had to actually pull it over and center it. You see how I've got the same amount of sleeve on each side of the opening? That's what you're going to want. And you're going to want it to lay exactly the way, like I want the plaid to match there. You can pin it if you have to. And now I'm going to cut it off right below that first button. I'm almost midway of the sleeve. And if you want a less gapier sleeve, you're going to want to cut it lower. And now we're going to hem the sleeve under. And I've serged all my edges, but you wouldn't have to. It wouldn't have to be serged. Or if you wanted a finished edge, you could use a zigzag and then do your edge. So that would be fine as well. But honestly, it'd be fine just not doing anything, just sewing it down. And it will look like that. So now that I've got it done, I decided, you know, I don't necessarily want that gapping open, but you could leave it open. It could be more airflow. So I sewed mine all the way down, and I also sewed my pocket shut because it did have a pocket on it. Now I'm removing the cuffs, and if this will leave a little bit of a raw seam when you wash it. So if you don't want to see that, you can seam rip it and just remove the cuff with seam rippers and then sew it back shut. And now we're going to find the very center of the cuff, and we're going to center it over the center front of our shirt. And then we're going to pin it in place, and we're going to do that on both sides because it will be gathered from the ends. So I only really need my center point here. These little tunics don't take too long to make, and they end up so cute. And that's how I found the center of my back. You just fold it in half. And then you're just going to pin it in place. Now I'm going to stitch it on. I'm gathering here. I'm just finger gathering in place. I like the way finger gathering looks. You can also use, if you know how to do the basting gathering, you could use that as long as you keep your center point marked. And I'm just gathering it a little bit here, a little bit there, all the way across. And I love the way it creates sort of a tuck look to it. And it's a little tricky when you have bigger pieces to do the finger gathering, but you should get a piece that looks something like this. And it's actually, as a tank top, you could add the straps and almost hem it and almost in there as a little cut off tank top. So now we're going to divide the collar. We're going to cut and separate the bottom from the top. And I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm actually just going to cut it in half. I realized that it was good enough as it was, So I'm going to cut mine in half, and that will become our top straps. So I button the one side on the head of the button, and your cuffs may be different. You may not be able to button it on this way. And I did another shirt where I actually had to use the back shoulder piece to make my straps because I didn't have sleeves. It was one I had already robbed the sleeves off of. But basically, you're just going to want to strap. And on the mannequin, the little angle of the sleeve actually fit the shoulder perfect. So I just went ahead and did a 1/4 inch under, pinned it for the sleeve straps. And it fit her perfectly. So I'm like, that must be okay. So then I sewed them in place with a straight stitch on the front and the back. And I thought this turned out really, really cute. And then after I sewed them in place, I had a stray button back there. And I thought, it's kind of weird just having one button over in the corner. So I removed that. And you should have something similar to this. Now, if it was too wide, you could cut the width down on this as well. So, you'll have to make it where it fits you. Now that I've sewn that bottom strip together to create one continuous strip. And now I'm going to, and I finished my top and bottom, but now I do want to tell you that you don't have to do that top. Because of the way you're going to be attaching it, you also don't have to finish the bottom of the tunic to attach it to it. And now I'm going to go hem it under 1/4 inch, so I have a finished hem for my bottom edge, and I'm going to attach the ruffle. Now there's 2 different ways that I could do this, and I have made several of these now, and I've used different ways to attach it. So the first way to attach it is to gather your ruffle and gather it under it, and the other way is to gather it on top of it. So after marking my halfway points, I mark my 1/4 points. And what I do is I fold it in half like this again, and that will give you your 1/4 markings. But this ruffle is long enough, I think it might even be wise to mark your 1/8 points, to fold it in half again, and then mark it also on the shirt, the 1/8 points, because I ended up doing it at the machine just to make sure that my ruffle was where it needed to be. So here I am now. I'm marking my points on the back, and I decided, first I started to stick it underneath because I could have gathered it like that, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it on top, fold it down, and top stitch it. My thinking was, and it was true, it was a little bit poofier that way, and I kind of like that. It kind of went for the look that I was going for here. So now you're just going to attach it at all the different points. And after you get that done, we're just going to gather and sew it onto place. And guys, we are almost done here. And I want to remind you guys that there is a Discord to the Happy Sewing Club. It's free. The link is in the description below. So you make something you want to share or upload. It's easy to do. There's a little plus sign in the part where you leave a message. You go plus, and then you can choose to upload a file, and you can put pictures on there. You can links to other sites of maybe a video that you want to share. And there's a bunch of ladies over there. We have monthly challenges. This month we're making pot holders and jar openers. So here I am finger gathering the top, and I'm just taking my time. It actually took me longer, I think, to do this than the rest of it. And I am being very careful not to have a hole here, but thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like and share. And I hope to see you guys all in the next video. And I hope you guys are all doing well too. I got a couple minutes here, so I want to throw this in here. I hope everybody's doing good, and it's so hot here in Missouri that I've turned my AC on already. So I hope you guys aren't getting a heat wave as we are here. Oh, and I did need to mention too that after I put this ruffle on, I did flip it over, and I did do a top stitch, so that when you would fold the ruffle forwards, I did a top stitch on it as well to have the ruffle pressed down more. And look how cute this is. This turned out so cute. I absolutely love it. So thanks for watching, guys. Love you all, and I will see you all in the next video.